Welcome to Rhema Words of Faith, Daily Bread Devotionals. Today we are reflecting on a beautiful promise from Isaiah 43 verse 2, which says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." This verse offers such an encouraging message. It tells us that no matter what we face in life, God promises to be with us. Whether we're dealing with difficulties, challenges, or painful experiences, God doesn't abandon us. Instead, He walks alongside us, offering His strength, comfort, and protection. Life often brings us through times of trouble, but this verse reminds us that God's presence is with us in the midst of it all. Today we'll explore the depths of this promise and how it can change the way we face life's challenges. God's words in this verse are not just comforting, they are empowering. So let's dive in and discover how we can experience God's presence in the middle of life's struggles. The first part of Isaiah 43 verse 2 says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you." Waters, especially in ancient times, were often seen as symbols of trouble or danger. When we think of passing through waters, we might think of going through situations that feel overwhelming, like being caught in a storm, unable to see our way through. The waters could represent many things: personal challenges, emotional pain, or even the stresses of daily life. But God promises that, even in the midst of these overwhelming situations, He is with us. This is a beautiful promise. When we go through difficult times, we can have peace knowing that God is walking with us, not leaving us to face things on our own. He doesn't promise that we won't experience trouble, but He does promise that we will never face it alone. God's presence is a source of strength and hope when the waters seem to rise higher than we can handle. The verse continues, "And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you." Rivers can be even more dangerous than still waters, as they represent strong, fast-moving currents that can sweep you away if you're not careful. In life, we often find ourselves in situations where we feel like we're being swept away, overwhelmed by problems that seem too big to handle. But God's promise here is that these rivers won't overpower us. No matter how fast or fierce life's challenges may seem, we can trust that God will not let them sweep us away. He will hold us steady and protect us through it all. It's not that we won't face difficulty, but that with God's help, we won't be consumed by it. His strength will support us, and His presence will keep us safe. The rivers may rise, but they will not overwhelm us because God is our refuge and our strength. Next, the verse says, "When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." Fire is another powerful symbol of trial and suffering. Fire refines and purifies, but it also has the potential to destroy. We all go through fiery experiences in life, times of extreme difficulty that seem to consume us. Yet, even in these moments, God promises that He will be with us and protect us. Just as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown into the fiery furnace and emerged unscathed, God promises that the fire will not burn us. We may feel the heat and we may feel tested, but we will not be destroyed. God is the one who sustains us in the fire, keeping us safe and purifying us through the experience. The trials we face may be intense, but with God's protection we can walk through them without being consumed. The fire may refine us, but it will not defeat us, because God is with us every step of the way. The most important part of Isaiah 43 verse 2 is the promise that God is with us. "I will be with you" is a declaration of God's constant presence in our lives, no matter what we face. We are never alone in our struggles. In the waters, in the rivers, and in the fire, God is with us. This is a powerful truth that can change the way we approach life. Knowing that God is with us gives us the strength to face anything that comes our way. When we feel overwhelmed or afraid, We can take comfort in the fact that God's presence is our protection. He walks beside us through every trial, offering His guidance, comfort, and peace. He doesn't promise an easy life, but He does promise to never leave us. No matter what you're facing today, remember that God is right there with you. You don't have to face life's challenges on your own. God is with you, and He will carry you through. When we face challenges that feel overwhelming, we often wish for them to disappear or for our problems to be taken away. But Isaiah 43 verse 2 doesn't promise the absence of trouble. Instead, it promises that God will be with us as we go through those difficulties. This is a key difference. God doesn't remove us from the storm. He is with us in it. Imagine being caught in a storm on a boat. The winds are howling and the water is rising. But then you realize the captain of the boat is calm and experienced, guiding the ship through the waves. That's what God's presence is like in our struggles. We may face the storm, but God is our steady guide, and He is the one who will lead us through safely. When we understand that God is with us in the storm, we find a peace that helps us endure, knowing we are never left to face it alone. The protection God offers in Isaiah 43 verse 2 isn't just about physical safety, although He does protect us in many ways. His protection also extends to our hearts and minds. We may experience emotional pain or anxiety, and our peace can be shaken. But God promises that even when we feel overwhelmed, His peace will surround us and guard our hearts. In Philippians 4 verse 7, we are told that God's peace transcends all understanding and will guard our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. This kind of protection is vital, especially in times of crisis. It's easy to lose hope when things are difficult, but God's peace ensures that our hearts remain anchored in Him. Just like He kept the Israelites safe as they crossed the Red Sea, He keeps us protected emotionally and spiritually as we walk through life's trials. While it's natural to want to avoid hardship, God uses difficult circumstances to refine us. Just as metal is purified in fire, our character and faith are refined through the trials we face. In the fire, we learn to depend on God in deeper ways. The verse promises that we will not be burned by the flames, but it's important to note that we may still feel the heat. It's in the intensity of life's challenges that we find our faith tested and strengthened. God uses these moments to shape us into the people He wants us to be. The process may be painful, but the result is always growth. James 1 teaches us that the testing of our faith produces perseverance, and perseverance leads to spiritual maturity. The fire may seem fierce, but it's in the fire that we grow and become more like Christ. Trust that God is using every circumstance to refine you and to make you stronger in your faith. Isaiah 43 verse 2 offers us a powerful reminder that we don't have to fear life's challenges because God is with us. But part of trusting God means also trusting His timing. We may not understand why we go through certain struggles or why they last as long as they do, but God's timing is perfect. He knows what we need, when we need it, and how long we can endure. Often, when we're in the middle of a difficult season, we want to rush through it, but God uses time to shape us. His timing is meant to refine our faith, build our trust, and strengthen our endurance. The Israelites didn't immediately leave Egypt after being promised freedom. They had to wait on God's perfect timing. Similarly, we are called to trust that God is working in our lives even when we don't see the full picture. Trusting God's timing brings peace, knowing that He is in control and that He will bring us through when the time is right. As we reflect on Isaiah 43 verse 2, we are reminded of one of God's most beautiful promises, that He will always be with us no matter what we face. This promise is not just for the big dramatic moments. It's for every day, every struggle, and every circumstance. The waters may rise, the rivers may rush, and the fire may burn, but God's presence will never leave us. He is our constant companion, our protector, and our guide. If you're going through a challenging time, hold on to the promise that God is with you, and He will not let you be swept away. His presence is the peace that guards your heart, and His protection surrounds you in every circumstance. If this message has encouraged you today, please like, comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. And don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting messages that will strengthen your faith and help you walk through life's challenges with confidence in God's presence. Remember, you are never alone. God is with you every step of the way.